Sideline of ball. Lakewood's doing it. They're going to take. He's going to bring down Birdie. Almost with a double kill. Dropping fast. Monopoint's there. He's still alive. Wait, second slide. He's got one side. He's got a second. He's taking it. They're overdone on three. They're all dead.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Summit 2 by G2A.com. SEA, game number 4, baby.
Woo.
We've got Zephyr Dota versus IAP. We're only an hour behind.
Only an hour behind the schedule.
So, behind the schedule, it's true today, boys. It really is. Should be a good one, though. IAP, the heavy favorites. They've been looking pretty fierce. Zephyr, they've got a stand-in here in the place of X Freedom. Bang Fish going to be joining a pretty legit stand-in, though. Might have some ping issues on the Singapore server.
Let's see. Plays a pretty mean Death Prophet. No, not Death Prophet. Other Prophet. Nature's Prophet.
Oh, okay. A prophet.
This could be a long game.
Jesus. All right. Well, let's take a look at this draft and see what's going on
Christ. All right.
here. No Nagas, so that's a step in the
Don't jinx
awake
it,
direction.
please.
Okay. No more Nagas.
Zephyr, I mean, this is pretty standard stuff. Zephyr Dota, they favor having a prized, well, I would imagine being mid-lane presence from your Razor, lane dominator. Someone who loves to rush down his targets and be able to lock anyone down as good as possible and really dish some heavy damage and has a great pushing power right behind that. And AA has been pretty much a heavy favorite pickup for a lot of these teams. I don't see it a whole lot in like the other regions.
Yeah, definitely more so in SEA than the others.
They love it. I love it. It's a great hero. You can see it does put in a lot of work as some of these teams favor using the benefit of his Ice Vortex to enhance their magic damage output more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that front and center last game with that core Lesh who was just out of control, man. All that magic damage, the buff up, and even with the Ogre, there's just a lot of magic damage to go around. IAP, keeping it standard. We saw this opener from them not so long ago. The double silence. I mean, the same heroes, rinse and repeat, man. I don't know. Do these heroes really need an introduction?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of gets stale after a while when you kind of have the same benefits as always. I mean, if you're not going to ban out the Death Prophet and allow them to quickly grab it up as their first pick, then you pretty much know what's going to be coming your way. And Zephyr seem to know, and they're going to try to contest it as hard as possible with a strategy they seem to have set in mind here, which whatever it could be. With the ban out on Elder Titan, they're probably anticipating that the IAP are going with the same strategy they did in game number 1, where they really amplify the huge damage output of an Ancient Seal, plus the benefit of Natural Order. Or maybe Zephyr Dota considering going for something more late game like a Morphling, where he could struggle against that heavy burst, and what Elder Titan could benefit from that.
Maybe Morphling could be a pick that they're considering here. Yesterday, when I cast the one Zephyr game, they did actually run a Cory Morphling, and of course Elder Titan does counter that hero pretty hard. So could also just be hedging their bets, kind of in tandem to banning in accordance to what IAP did earlier.
10 seconds remaining.
Let's see, what else could they be working on here? Well, they'll second pick the Venge,
Radiant
so
team
just a
pick.
good old solid
Vengeful
support.
Spirit, I like it. You got the blues. It's working very nicely with Zephyr Dota and works with their logo as well. So it's got a great sense of fashion, great sense of style. And then the Brewmaster, who'd actually been neglected early on the past 2 drafts, he was banned out first and foremost.
He has been banned out a lot today.
Yeah, but he's going to be 3rd grab here. So, Death Prophet, Brewmaster, you can pretty much put either in the mid or in the safe lane. But definitely having, both on your team works very, very nicely. He's going to be someone who's going to be able to benefit from getting the ball rolling straight from, like, level 6. And definitely once he gets a hold of that Blink Dagger and allows time for the others to farm up a bit more, like your Death Prophet. So it's pretty clear that Interactive
5 seconds
Philippine
remaining.
squad, they are not going to be going late game. This is not going to be the 4 Protect 1. We will not see a Naga on their side. They are looking to more snowball, be able to be a big impact from early on, and just kind of take it home from there.
Yeah, probably not a Naga pick here. I'd be pretty surprised. Against with a Death Prophet Brew, that's pretty damn greedy. And I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I would say doubtful.
They are going to have to look for an off lane, though, on their side. And a lot of big off laners have already been taken out of the pool. This time we will see the Horseman be banned out.
Yeah.
Same with Tide. So
I wonder who they will take for the off lane.
Timbersaw's still in the pool and available.
Darkseer, Timbersaw, Clockwork, they're kind of the big ones that still stand out as possibilities.
Legion Commander's been playing the off lane frequently.
They could also just off lane the Brew. We've seen teams do that on the Radiant side. A little bit more of a rarity, but certainly something you can get away with. And
the blue theme keeps
Blue
going.
boys, I like
I'm
it.
liking it. Oh, my goodness.
And the set, the pretty lady.
Pretty lady. Fedora's a tippin'. But
Oh, boy.
Vengeful Spirit and Mirana can roam around, so we might see some early aggression towards whoever that may be in the mid lane, if it's your nature or your Death Prophet rather. See, I mixed it backwards this time when I said it, but Death Prophet's one you got to be able to take down quickly. But you need heavy burst. You need heavy burst, and you need good armor, or you need to remove her armor. I mean, Vengeful offers that, but they don't have really a whole lot right now to contest the exorcism, which makes me a bit nervous.
Well, there is some just solid setup between the AA
Dire
Venge and
team
Mirana.
banned.
Because if you can connect with the magic missile and then you can hit with an arrow, that means you'll be able to get a cold feet proc on top of it. So that's a lot of stun, a lot of damage, and that kind of early to mid game, that's enough to deal with the Death Prophet if you can rotate all those heroes at once.
10
It will be
seconds
a core Mirana, though, so it won't be this roaming Mirana that will be moving around looking to
5
pick up
seconds
kills.
remaining.
Could actually be... Well, there's a lot of ways that they can do this. They could safe lane the Razor with the tri-lane, off lane the Mirana, then get your Slicks hero for mid. They could put Slicks on the Razor mid, safe lane the Mirana with the Venge. They could go aggro try and grab a safe lane farmer and not really mess around with a core off laner. A lot of options with this Zephyr draft. It's really flexible. I'm trying to think about Slicks on Razor, though. I don't think that's a hero that he's...
10 seconds
I don't know if that's
remaining.
one of his favorites. Yesterday we saw him on a Quap, but... I've seen him play like
Radiant
a
team
Rasta
banned.
solo mid, which he still does from time to time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he likes to keep it interesting, man. He sticks true to his roots.
I like the ban. Ban on Spectre makes a lot more sense now because
Dire
it's
team
clear that IAP have a strong initiation kind of a lineup with the Brewmaster and Sand King, and she could definitely make that difficult with her Haunt and with any sort of potential Radiance Burn and Illusion work. So, that just kind of goes hand in hand. They're anticipating that Zephyr are going to want their core right here, as they also ban out the Faceless Void, who, we know that the synergy is very much real between him and Ancient Apparition, and of course all this heavy range from Razor.
10
I mean, they're all
seconds
range,
remaining.
so they definitely can work around a big bubble. So that might have been something that Zephyr were
5
definitely
seconds
considering there on the
remaining.
back end of this one. But the blue is very much real, folks, and that is a Storm Spirit. This is supposed to be, Blitz is one of his signature hero.
He is Storm Spirit.
This is Blitz.
Yeah, this is.
And their lineup is very much stylish right here.
Yep. I like it. I approve. Matches the logo. This is Zephyr's time to shine. This is their strat. So this may be a blitz mid on the Storm Spirit. I'm
10
thinking
seconds remaining.
safe lane Razor Slicks, and then off lane. What does Bangfish usually play
5
position wise?
seconds
Where
remaining.
does he like to rock and roll?
Normally it's off lane.
Off lane. Okay, well that's perfect.
Reserve
That's what
time.
they're lacking. So maybe the off lane Mirana with a Razor in the safe lane. They could even go aggro try. I think Mirana, Venge, Ancient Apparition is a really strong aggro try lane.
Yeah, we'll have to see. They could end up changing it up, of course. He's just pretty much a mercenary where he's been standing in a couple other teams in the American Division. We see him pop in every so often for Root Gaming and doing some serious work there. And they do the last ban on the Nature's Prophet, and it'll be a Puck who's going to be grabbed up. So Puck is definitely one who's a great gap closer. So put Puck together with your Sand King and your Brewmaster. This is a very hot and heavy lineup who has fantastic initiation. And don't even get me started on how good a Coil and Mystic Flare can work together, locking them in their place, and then being able to follow up with that heavy burst. Plus already the stun lockdown from your Sand King. I really like the lineup from IAP. So no Naga, which is fantastic, but the team fight potential from IAP is very, very good. And Zephyr's team, well, they're blue.
Well, they're blue. That's one thing they've got going for them. I am inclined to agree, though. I think this IAP lineup is a little bit scarier, and I think the Zephyr draft is good, but they definitely do not have the
Prepare
ease
for
of
battle.
execution advantage. Storm Spirit, one of the more difficult heroes just in this meta in general right now. Certainly a hero that Blitz is very comfortable on, but he's up against 3 silences. This is a potential problem here. You've got your Death Prophet, you've got your Puck there with the Waning Rift, and you've got your Ancient Seal, and that's really the bane to the Storm Spirit's existence. Normally very elusive, but if you lock him down with the silences, he won't be able to hop into that ball of lightning and zip zap all around the map.
And I wager he's going to go right for an Orchid if he can get a hold of one. That would definitely be a nice item grab up. I mean, but the pressure's on Blitz here.
Yeah.
If he could snowball on this Storm Spirit, it would be huge for his team. But if he does not, if he falls off, if Slicks can't pull off the big arrow plays, and you were expecting the Magic Missile, Cold Feet kind of a lockup, if those don't work out, they're going to fall off damn quick.
Yeah.
And IAP are going to be able to clean up easy on the back end of a Death Prophet and a Brewmaster.
Oh, look at this. Marana's got Jinky the Lion and the Snow Set. Oh, I like the Snowstorm.
I have that Snow Set too. It's
This
quite
is
fantastic.
a cutie. I love the Tail of the Moon Rider, but this is really a cutie patootie set over here. Look at her just hopping around with that nose job she's got going. Uh-oh, is this First Blood? Oh, Corey. Oh, God. He's playing
It's
with
scary.
fire.
He's going to go right up into the danger zone. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to your jungle. By the way, we are IAP, and we're just going to go ahead and give you a nice courtesy hug and say, there's our First Blood. Thank you so much, our good friend. Fox is going to pick that up, and, well, it doesn't take a lot long to get a First Blood underway.
Yeah, Lucius Fox here getting that First Blood and doing it Morgan Freeman style. All the way up and down the center here. Looking good. How are the lanes going to settle down Dire side? We've got Team Zephyr. It's going to be Corey in the safe lane on the Lightning Revenant Razor. Blitz will be mid on the Storm Spirit. Now we've got our supports. Aosin on the Vengeful Spirit. Bangfish, he's going to be on the Ancient Apparition. And old Silix here is going to be off lane on that Snowy Marana. And we'll see how he fares. Looks like there's already a smoke rotation from these Zephyr supports. They're hungry for vengeance after their fallen comrades already conceded the First Blood.
So will Vengeful Spirit get vengeance, I suppose? Yeah, look at the coming from the north as they wait ever so patiently. I'm nervous about introducing this team because I know action's going to come in, and here it goes. Ooh, the chilling touch. Long ball Magic Missile gets it there, but look who it is. It's Sand King. He gets a nice double burrow strike, followed up with a Crypt Swarm, and oh, this is disastrous. Zephyr fall again. They thought they had a nice opening, but that Dagnab Sand King just happened to be nearby and really ruined their day. That could have been a nice grab there on Death Prophet, but unfortunately they fall short and hand over another free kill.
That is the worst luck possible. Of all the runes to spawn early on, they don't see it, and of all the heroes to have that rune at that position, just completely quells it. Not only keeps the DP alive, but turns it around, slippity-slappity, knocking him down.
So it's IAP who come out on top, and speaking of which, I'll introduce them. It's your IAP squad, also known as Execration, the team that did make their way into the Star Ladder land through the C Division. And starting with your off lane, it's going to be Fox playing your Brewmaster. On the side, zoning out currently, your Corey Razor is going to be Mr. Emma Stone, or Mrs. Emma Stone, I guess. Mid lane, it's Jay. He's playing your Death Prophet, returning back to the mid lane area on the Sand King, who did assist very nicely right there on the back of a nice room. It's going to be Kimmo playing your Sand King. And finally, on the bottom, it's Ewe. He is playing your Puck.
Yeah, a little Fairy Dragon here. Got these early boots. Doing pretty well against the Marana. Slicks hops forward, chucks an arrow, being aggressive, zoning him out. We'll go blow for blow. Puck has an orb available, but this could be interesting. Nope, Slicks will be on the defensive, but a very aggressive bottom lane here.
Regen going to pop up first on the bottom, and Blitz is going to be able to snag that up for himself. Yummy, yummy in my tummy as he heads back towards the mid lane. That means the bounty's on top, and that's what Death Prophet gets a hold of. So each mid laner grabs their own. Meanwhile, top lane, we are seeing a slow shift in. Man, Zephyr squad desperate to try to get a kill underway right here, but it looks like IAP does know what's happening. They get the ping out, and they play it extra safe.
Yep. Blitz in the mid lane. How's the CS war going? Looks like him and Jay are just about dead even, within one or two last hits of each other. So at least that's going well for Zephyr. In the side lanes, though, it appears that it is going the way of the Radiant. Puck getting the better of Slicks down here, at least a little bit, and Brewmaster having a fine time in the off lane. It is a 2-2-1 for IAP as the Sand King. It's kind of roaming about, but this Brewmaster getting some pretty decent last hits out of the gate and keeping this Razor at bay.
And for now, Brew is not doing too shabby for a Brew stuck in a 2-1-2 kind of a lineup in the off-lane situation. He's 12-6, so we'll see if he decides to save and go right for that Blink Dagger, or if he wants to get the reliable, maybe Arcanes first and foremost for a little bit of extra mana. He did not level up, however, a reliable point to Drunken Haze, so I wager it is going to be the Blink Dagger if he can get a hold of it, as he now has 3 here, so it's more of an aggressive try than anything else, and Corey is just not getting anything. This is not what you want your Razor. He's 10-2, and right now he's not really doing much at all. He's definitely going to need some help, but you're not going to get a whole lot of help because, you currently have your other support stacking the jungle, and trying to let him get some farm elsewhere.
Yeah, stacking the jungle is good, but the pole camp is what's making this so difficult. It's been warded. They haven't any sentry wards to deal with it. And that's just making this pretty easy for IAP. They got the lane control exactly where they want it. Not that much the Razor can do. And so far, the roaming supports of Zephyr have accomplished very little. That first gank obviously was disastrous, but since then, they still haven't been able to do anything. Nowhere to farm. Can't utilize the pole.
They want Corey on top
experience.
lane.
Yeah, they're
Going right behind, and Corey just knows. He's like, oh, God, there's nowhere I'm going to be able to go. He desperately pulls out the static link, but he can't get anywhere. That is rough. They just come in right from behind, and there's just nowhere he can go.
The supports rotate bottom, but Puck not the easiest hero to gank. Slicks will try to kind of bait him into the tower here, but Magic Missile does have not the longest range on it. So Away in a pretty good position, uses the puck, or uses the orb aggressively. Slicks coming in, will connect with an arrow, and Starstorm's there. The scream from Venge. Aosen will snipe him down, and they'll get their first kill of the game on the board. Slicks sets it up with the arrow, but the follow-up is there, and well, at least Zephyr have something to their name now, and could be the beginning of their road to recovery.
Yeah, definitely need to get themselves on the board, because mid lane, it's Blist on his Storm Spirit going against Jay's Death Prophet, and they're kind of matching up. It's Blitz slightly ahead as far as CS goes, but the other two lanes are a bit questionable as far as how they're going for Zephyr. Yeah, you got Puck right there. Puck is very, very hard to take down, so big grab for them, grabbing him on the back end of that one, but Corey is struggling as their more core kind of Razor lineup right here. So Blitz definitely looking to snowball and try to get snowballed early before Death Prophet can really get to anything special.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll see where Blitz goes. You were right earlier on that he'll definitely want to go for Orchid, but I feel like he might be pressed into a BKB this game, just with the triple silence as we talked about, and then aside from the silence, you've just got huge magic damage from the Brewmaster and the Sand King. So
there's so much silence.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that you can't go for that super aggressive item, but I think even if he could get it at a good timing, it just feels like such a gamble where if he gets caught just by one silence, the Orchid will do so little for him.
Yeah, IAP know how to play together and play together well, so it's really going to be pressure on them. As just touching base here with top lane, Fox. He did go right for the power treads on the Brewmaster and not opting to save up for the blink instead. And, I felt like he was building in enough early farm, and they had to take down a Corey. He could have just nursed that bit of extra gold and got the bit of initiation, but he's going to play it a little bit differently and go with the power treads instead. Speaking of shoes, fancy shoes, it looks like DP grabs up her own little sets of heels. It's going to be the phase boots grab, which will be the early makings, and then moving on from there, go for the Yules and get that extra bit of move speed.
Meep, I'm a Death Prophet. She's going to be cruising down the highway, passing in that left lane. But, we've got a Moonlight Shadow. They're going to get carried away on the side of Zephyr. Away in some trouble. He'll take a Magic Missile. Arrows there. Emma Stone off to the side, trying to help out best she can. Away tries to turn it around, has the Dream Coil. Vengeful Spirit dies first. Puck jaunts to the orb. Now Slicks on the run. Uses the leap already, has a couple of bottle charges, but Away with cooldowns coming back up. Dubs will tick him down, the orb connects, and it'll be a double. They'll turn it around, and IAP come out leagues ahead once more, and a 2 for none.
Emma Stone being right there just makes it all the nicer. Pulls out the Ancient Seal, and, Vengeful Spirit gets quickly blown up from Puck's magic damage and that amplification happening right there, and then the nice little jaunt over from Puck allows him to get the easy chase and catch up with the Potom, and they take him down as well. So a nice turnaround, and IAP pull quick ahead, 5-1, and Bangfish now lingering around this top lane, waiting to see if maybe they make a move here on Corey, which it looks like Fox might go for. He's got split, and he wants to make use of it, and maybe he does get the back end and potentially could have scouted Bangfish right there and doesn't want to go for it just yet, but he's thinking about it.
Yeah, he's certainly thinking about it as he cuts the wave, shoves creeps into the tower. Corey is only on brown boots right now, so this is a Razor that is notably weak, just has a Wraith Band for a little bit of extra hit points, potential for a solo kill, especially if you can soften him up a bit with the creep. So I like the general strategy from the Brew. As we see Blitz has his hands full here in the mid lane, and it looks like he will indeed go that Orchid. He has that first Robe of the Magi, and not too much else that item will build into. We'll see the Exorcism from Jay used for the first time in the game, still sticking to this old build that was nerfed to be a little bit less efficient in 6.82C. And the supports will rotate up top. Tower in the mid goes down uncontested as Blitz looking towards the top lane. Won't be able to find the opening on Fox he was looking for.
Even if they do make the jump on Brew now with this power treads, he's going to be hard to take down quickly, and you got to have to do it before he gets split off, and they don't have like a follow-up silence or anything, so it's going to take a fair amount of lockdown to be able to,
Dire's
you know,
middle tower
really take
is
it to
under
him.
attack.
So he's been waiting around a bit, and looks like he's going to divert back to the jungle and build up a little bit of farm on these stacks, but also looking to roam on through potentially his IAP as they do deward the upper half of this river right now. But I would imagine Skywrath Mage might look to venture elsewhere. He does have a smoke available, so he could end up moving together with someone, maybe Brew, and add pressure elsewhere.
Yeah. Shagbark coming up top delivers the Aquila as well as a Bracer for Razor. Seems he'll be going for Drum of Endurance, but all this space that IAP have created for themselves, that'll be an early Blink Dagger on Chemo. Finds his level 6. No ultimate skilled quite yet. But, yeah, pre-10-minute Blink on Sand King, always good news. And even with this Brewmaster going for the early treads, he's only 300 gold off the Blink Dagger. So he's still looking at a really good timing himself, though. Is worth noting that he would have it by now had he just gone for the Brown Boots rush.
And we'll see what happens here as Blitz is going to be smoked up, moved to the jungle. He is very anxious to make something happen here as he's been committed away from this mid lane for quite a while and is just trying to find an opportunity to get a hold of anyone. But this is a lot of time for him to just seek out a target and not get anything.
Up top, a barrel of laugh, says the Brewmaster as he's thinking about the split. But won't find it quite yet. Moonlight Shadow used. Radiant Sentries down. They'll walk right over it. Fox knows what he's getting his hands into. There's the clap, looking for the split. Gets stunned up. Manages to get off the split. They'll bring down the Ancient Apparition. Now the Boulder out on Aosin. Fire Panda on the front lines. Mystic Flare taking him low. And the Panda will chase him down. Gets him in the Tornado. Skywrath Mage will go down on the backside, but the Boulder toss more than enough to bring him down. Now the Death Prophet joining the party. Blitz coming in. Corey will do some damage to finish off the Brewmaster as he goes into Panda form. And Jay, will he go down to Blitz? Yes, he will. The Ball Lightning enough to secure the kill. This time it's Zephyr that come out ahead. And now Away joining the party, taking some damage. Already used his phase shift. Won't be able to stop for the orb. Slicks looking for the arrow, but Dream Coil comes out. It'll tether. Puck gets aggressive, has another phase shift, turning it around, finds the kill on Slicks. Now Corey on the run, and he'll need to keep on trucking.
One Arcane Bolt could have got him right there, so it was very, very scary. Unfortunately for Death Prophet moving in, just needed a bit more time before Exorcism was available. It was on its last couple of seconds of cooldown, and then would have been ready to go, but she did not have the benefit of that, so the fight could have gone dramatically different, but unfortunately not. Zephyr needed that, and they do get a couple of kills. They could have made out a little bit better if they didn't quite too get greedy at the end, but the coil does come out, lock them in their place by the tower, and they end up getting another pick off on the back end of that one.
Now the Exorcism utilized down bottom, given that it wasn't available in the last fight. Glyph will come out, but Jay going to do a lot of damage to this tower. Ancient Apparition already here to mount the defense, but he's only level 5, so no Ice Blast as Blitz comes in, has that first Oblivion staff up, and well on his way to that Orchid. Getting the tower low, but Zephyr will converge all 5 of their heroes down towards the bottom lane. You already see IAP. They ping out the top tower and say, they're committing bottom. You guys need to push top, and we're just going to try to survive. Arrow flies through. Will be a miss, and this big rotation from Zephyr will keep the bottom tower safe, but will be pretty costly as they still lose a tower, and they're so far getting nothing out of this.
Yep. Making it go on top. Fox has his Blink Dagger now, and he's going to have an early investment, but don't stop yet. Blitz gets caught out. Very nice Burrow Strike. He tries to get away. He will. Ball Lightning takes him out from this one. A Return Fire Arrow is not going to be on the mark, and instead it's going to be Aosin who considers pushing on in, but they're not going to get anything.
The shockwave from that Satyr hitting Blitz also getting him extra low, and actually a close call. They were well, not too far off being able to bring him down. Stun does connect on Slicks from Chemo. Follow-up damage. There's the coil from Away, and the Rift will be enough to secure the kill. Now Blitz hops forward, finds the kill on the Sand King, and will zip to the high ground to rendezvous with his friends. Puck will head the opposite way, and it will end as a 1-for-1 Sand King for Mirana. And we can't forget that Brewmaster did finish off that Tier 1 tower in the top lane. So now it's a Blink Dagger with 1,000 gold to boot. And we'll see Zephyr rotate back towards the bottom as IAP ready to contest it. 3 heroes smoked up in the river.
Oh, boy.
And, yeah, they'll get that ward
down. They
down.
could flank in right here. That would be a nice grab from them. Puck doesn't have his Blink Dagger yet, but could easily move on there. No coil going to be available, but Corey's going to be one left behind. He quickly gets blown up. The Mystic Flare, that heavy burst, and the slow from Clap makes it very, very easy.
Chemo looking for Aosin with a blind stun there. Won't be able to find it. He moves into the tree line, and Aosin does survive this time around, but another good fight for IAP as they clean it up, and now 7,500 gold, 4,000 experience in their favor. Their lead continues, and they may be able to grab another Tier 1 tower when she's all said and done. There is a glyph to delay things. Zephyr will go ahead and pop it. But, yeah, no rotation going to be made this time. Or at least not going to get there in time to stop this tower from going down. Blitz thinking about the deny, and wow, he does find it. Nicely played there, but is it worth it? I don't think so. It'll cost him his life. Emma Stone gets hit by the Ice Blast as Fox and AY on the front line. Another great trade for IAP.
He thought he could just get in there, get the deny, and get out, but not going to be that easy against
too
this
much silence,
squad. Yeah, so much silence and AoE silence and insta silence from Skywrath Mage. Silence for silence as well. It's out of control. But good grab for them. Death Prophet now adding pressure in the mid lane. Has Exorcism once again available here, but yeah, also the Yules. So the move speed is very much real, and 1,600 gold. She's getting rich real quick here, and look at the net worth. It's no surprise she's there at the top with Brew right behind, and then finally nearly 3K behind the leader, Death Prophet. It's Blitz on his Storm.
Yeah. Now Puck is getting close to the Blink Dagger of his own. AOA level 10 and about 300 gold off. So that'll be triple Blink Daggers out for IAP. And on the side of Zephyr, still not finding much in the way of core items. You know, see the Razor now has the mech complete, so that is definitely good news. But Blitz really slowing down on this timing for the Orchid. The magic number is right around the 20-minute mark. If you can get it before 20 minutes, that's solid. Any time after that, and the potential that you would have gotten from it has really started to fall off. And he's walking that edge right now. The tightrope 15 minutes in with just an Oblivion Staff. Only so much utility that it gives.
It's just going to be rough. He's just going to leap in. I mean, it's just hoping that he can get one person caught out away from their family and being able to take him down. Because if there's anyone else there, more than likely, you know, they're going to have a silence. So he'll jump in. He might be able to try to lock someone down and silence them, but he could be getting a taste of his own medicine shortly thereafter.
Yeah. Well, IAP will slow it down a little bit. They'll just keep farming away. Happy to get Puck closer to the Blink Dagger and let that Skywrath find a little extra experience. Vladimir's offering has also been picked up on the Brewmasters, getting some general damage out on the team, and just good utility item in general. You'll see it on the Brew pretty frequently. Uh-oh, bottom rune. Jay gets hit by an arrow, stunned up by Aosin, and will be able to use himself to safety, but AA connects with an Ice Blast. That'll secure the kill, and Zephyr do find a freebie. So we'll pick off there. We'll line their pockets with some extra money, but yeah, they'll need quite a few more of those. Almost 10,000 gold, 7,500 experience. Going the way of IAP as they've just found superior farm around the map.
I like that the defensive Yules does help from get away from the storm damage and helps defensively, but that also leaves more time for the Ice Blast to connect properly on his target, which ultimately is her downfall. So, ironic as it is. Meanwhile, bottom lane looking to press on forward. IAP, they have 3 here committed for it. Brew, he's got the split, he's got the blink. Now he has Vlad, he's going utility. AC probably in the near future, and he would love to get something going, but your Ice Blast is going to catch on in, and it does connect on 2 of them.
Yep. Yes, sir. Ooh, mid lane. Here we go. Corey caught by the coil. He won't break the tether, but Moonlight Shadow comes out. Jay even burns the ultimate for this as Blitz hops in. Corey silenced. One more Crypt Swarm may be enough. Jay, he'll bite off more than he can chew. And that'll be the end of the Death Prophet as all 5 of Zephyr hurtling around this this area. And IAP getting a little bit sloppy. They're throwing away some of these unnecessary kills, and Zephyr getting a little pick-me-up there. This graph's starting to curve. And
they're thinking they can get a quick grab on Corey right there, but they can't bank on the quick initiation that Blitz can jump in and offer.
Also, just being the mech carrier gives him so much extra survivability in that scenario.
Yep, definitely works out very nicely for Mason right there as well. Able to help out, but still looking to push on forward. IAP adding pressure on the mid lane. Another Ice Blast. Catches on 2, so he's shooting some nice J's here. And actually catching the mark pretty frequently.
Yeah. Now, DP, double Staff of Wizardry, that can only mean one thing. Rod of Atos coming out for Jay. Fun item on the Death Prophet. You don't see it too often, but does synergize well with her. There's usually just other items that folks prioritize, but some good value stats does help you tank up quite a bit. And Corey, he survived last time, but I don't know that he'll be so lucky. Kind of a zoning Mystic Flare. Thrown a little too far forward, but this tanky mother, he'll be able to survive for now. Yules comes out. He gets crit down. Blitz hops in. And, well, he'll survive, but Vengeful Spirit not going to be so lucky off to the side from the Puck. Dream Coil now on Slicks. Breaks the tether. Doesn't have a leap. And a lot of damage will come
Fox
out.
might fall. Ancient Apparition. Oh, he's forced to pull out the split because the Ice Blast does connect, but now he gets blasted himself, and the Iceman will fall.
Yeah.
Nice
Frosty the Snowman. He's going to melt. Where's your corn cob nose now? Well, Blitz is the only one that survives, and
Dire's
IAP,
structures are
2,800 net
fortified.
worth change. Glyph comes out, but this
Dire's
tier 2
middle
tower mid.
is under attack.
Yeah, it's under heavy assault, and it looks like this baby's gonna fall.
A weird graphic for that urn. You see that?
Which
Oh,
urn?
mine looks weird.
Dire's
Yours
middle
doesn't look
tower
as weird
has
as mine.
fallen.
My
Oh.
screen's got like this huge golden green arches. Anyways. I was like, that was pretty bonkers. They go ahead, they clear out that tier 2, no prob, Bob. As they step back, it's going to be the first tier 2 break in the game thus far. Roche has been up for quite a while, so IAP with the benefit of that exorcism is something they could consider in the near future. But there's your Atos now complete. And yeah, man, that's a long range slow to already out on top of the slow of the clap and the heavy lockdown they already offer with your burrow strike and stuff. And this is more opportunities for your Skywrath Mage to really open up with that Mystic Flare and stop this pesky Storm Spirit from bopping about. So, and then if Storm Spirit wanted to go defensive next and get something like a Lincoln's, that Rada Atos is going to be a very nice long-range Lincoln's remover.
Yeah. Also, just a great item to stop people from running out of your exorcism. Just slow them up and let DP chase them down, as she is kind of a race car, speed racer over here. We'll move into the tree line. Has a TP scroll, so Zephyr probably thinking that she just TP'd home, but little do they know, Jay's setting the trap. He may poke his noodle out if they overstay their welcome, but
Yeah, don't poke your noodle out too far; it'll get cut off or something.
yeah, I gotta be careful with your noodle. But double damage rune on the Brewmaster, finds himself the Hyperstone, so the Assault Kuros will be coming before too long. Now the old noodle comes down bottom, and looks like IAP ready to push and pressure this bottom tier 2 tower.
Cryptswarm to clear the creeps, and she will be out in front and allow the rest of her squad to potentially make that quick jump in, which is something we're expecting from. Now, Blink Dagger, of course, Sand King, you got Blink Dagger frickin' Puck, Blink Dagger on your Brew. They can just pop out from the shadows, and next thing you know, Zephyr's going to be quickly crumbling right before him, and Puck is already getting in a nice position here. It's Away, who is looking to set up a very nice level 2 Dream Coil and allow them to really take things down, as Death Prophet just brings in the right clicks,
Dire's
doesn't
bottom
think it's
tower
necessary
is
to pull the
under
exorcism yet because, well, Fox,
Radiant's top
the back end of a
tower is
DD,
under
also
attack.
moves on in, and he is swatting so
Radiant
quick with that
structures
Hyperstone.
are
Yeah,
fortified.
Glyph comes out for the Radiant side and quells the push in 2 lanes simultaneously. They'll take out this tier 2 tower before they even take significant damage on their tier 1 mid. Tier 1 top
Dire's bottom
will end up
tower.
going down, but
Radiant's top
exorcism's
tower
still
has
available,
fallen.
and they look to just be going towards the high ground.
They're gonna
now that
pop
there's
it
no
here.
Glyph available.
Yep, there it is.
Dire's
Now they're going to get as
bottom
much damage
tower
as
is under
possible
attack.
inside the high ground already for very early push in, just over 20 minutes. They're
Radiant's
going to start
top
doing some
tower
big
is
damage.
under
Toward down to
attack.
half-life. They better try to stop this.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadow's been deployed, but there's a Radiant Sentry down. The tower will reveal it, but they can even see it. It's
Radiant's
almost like
middle
taunting,
tower
like,
is
hey, you
under
guys know
attack.
where this ward is, so if you come in here, you're going to be revealed.
Dire's
Tower
bottom
goes down,
tower
arrow
has
flies
fallen.
through, is sidestepped by Jay. Not too much duration left on the Exorcism, but even if they just
Radiant's
back
top
out here, they've
tower is
traded a
under
tier
attack.
2 and a tier 3 in exchange for just their tier 1. Swap onto the DP to get things started, but now the team fight will break out. Vengeful Spirit goes down first. Blitz zips in from long duration, finishes off the puck, grabs the Sand King as well. All the silences under the sun will lock him in place. It's a 2 for 2, but now Zephyr, what do they have left? It's a buyback from Blitz. Corey on the run, still has his mech available, and it looks like IAP will be forced to retreat. Blitz zipping forward from long range, finds Jay in the vortex, will clean it up, finds a couple of recovery kills, and it is Zephyr that make the hold, but it's a costly one.
Certainly is, and now they press on down. They don't have a lot of resources left. They're already wounded from battle, but they feel like they need to get objectives done. There's a tier 1 standing here at the bottom, and they want it, dagnabbit. They want some extra bit of gold to make this worth their while. These side supports need the extra bit of farm, as FaZe Boots Marana is not going to cut it. She's got near 2k gold, though. Maybe can get hold of reliable Yasha to lead things off. Corey as well needs to get something on top of this. But big Epi Slam comes in. Wow, that got ugly real quick. Chemo. Yeah, he's laughing hard because he just did some serious work.
Was that Corey laughing? I think that was the Razor, but yuck indeed,
I
Mr.
don't know.
Razor, 'cause that's
He's laughing because that was a disaster or something. I don't know what that was.
boys, that was oh god. Yeah, that hurts.
Right in the moinkin.
Oh, IAP just showing Zephyr who's boss here. 10,000 gold in their favor. Experience about 5,000 experience, but just anytime Zephyr takes a step forward, IAP's right there just to knock him back down a few rungs and not give him any room to shine, any room to push. And Well, item progression. Let's check it out here, Cattle Guy. What do we have going on?
Well, we got a couple of armor plates here, a couple of T-shirts into the stash of Fox, as he's stylish as ever, and he will be able
she's
to
got
get a hold of it.
Couple of weapons, a club and a hammer. So
2 hands, 2 weapons.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Lots of staffs.
Yep. And not too much else.
And they want Marana. Woo! Marana quickly leaps out. Was that a committed coil for that?
No,
that
it was
was
an
not.
Atos.
Okay, that's what that. You don't see that a whole lot often, but yeah, he leaps and quickly pulls out Moonlight Shadow.
Yep. No, it's a Moonlight Shadow used. They'll have the DP ult back up. Sand King has his ulti coming in about 45, but now with the AC, the synergy with DP is real. All that minus armor, the ultimate hits that, all that damage, and yeah. IAP, they're in it to win it.
Here we go!
Got
Exorcism, and they're hidden. Oh, jump in. Aosin blasted down. No probs.
Slicks gets silenced. He gets Atos. He gets Crypt Swarmed.
Oh, the ghost!
This poor lady. Yep, she'll break the tether as Puck uses the Dream Coil. So let's take a look at the buyback status. Looking pretty grim for the Dire side. Marana actually does have one. Slinks will be forced to burn it. Glyph comes out, but Blitz takes a silence, takes a nuke to the face. That'll be his first-class ticket back to the well. You look like you could use a bath, good friend, as now he's stuck in the grave. No buyback available. They find Corey. Burrow strike forward. Razor looking to live, but the Lightning Revenant will get chopped down. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Bangfish is just farming away, and
That's it.
Zephyr will say, GG, well played, 25 minutes, quickest game of the night as IAP make quick work of him, 24-11.
Radiant victory.
Yep, that was rough. They were all blue, though.
They were all blue.
Now they're blue, for sure.
Yep, they were.
Man.
They were blue, now they're Abadi
Feeling blue.
Yeah.
And they Abadi died. Sorry.
Oh, that's a good one. So, well, I will say Blitz did a pretty damn good job that game. 6-4-1. He did set up some pretty decent kills there. Got himself some good fantasy points. But IAP just looking stronger all around. They had the scarier lineup, easier to execute.
Yeah.
And, just all their lanes looking pretty successful. The worst one was the mid, which was a complete break-even, and DP still had plenty of momentum.
It was just hard. They had a nice little aggressive tri lane happening where Corey couldn't really get anything going.
The supports just, they couldn't, like Corey and Aosin both, they roamed
around.
around.
It started so rough that just from the first blood that they got so promptly early, and then they tried to make a gank happen in the mid lane, and that fell short. So already your morale is just starting at a nice low.
Mm-hmm.
And for a team that has shown that they have some internal struggles, and they're still trying to find, a point where they can really be a cohesive structure, that certainly doesn't help. So hopefully Zephyr, friends forever. We love the guys. Hopefully there'll be a point that they can kind of shake this one off and bounce right back.
The power of friendship, man. That's what it is. So we'll have another break here, y'all. We have one more game coming up, but the schedule is all defunct. We've got Invasion versus Arrow for our final game, but I believe one of them is stuck in a match versus MVP Phoenix right now. So the schedule may be a little bit back on track. We'll keep you all updated, but the ETA is going to be soon. It's ready to go, and it's ready to go. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back after this break.